All these is like trophies. The WBC, the WBA, the IBF and the WBO. Y'all gotta clean it. Y'all gotta clean this up.
This is a guy that we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
And the problem, we try to be as much fair as we can.
Yeah, I know.
Despite the written rules regarding it, but we also know that there's a commercial value in certain fighters that can improve the chances of the.
Has been on a big stage for a while now. But we all have to give somebody else the opportunity. Before I became TBE, somebody had to give me the opportunity. So what Tank is doing is giving another tough competitor an opportunity. He's tough. And when this fight first was made, I didn't know much about this fighter. Then I had a chance to do my homework and look him up. And I faced guys like this before, and this is a guy that we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
Floyd Mayweather, the boxing great, has publicly blasted the boxing community following the contentious fight between Lamont Roach Jr. and Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Affiliation with the purported corruption, Davis was able to keep his WBA lightweight championship when the bout, which took place at Brooklyn's Barclays Center on March 1, 2025, finished in a majority draw.
I must say, do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting.
The ruling has been hotly debated, especially in light of the controversial incident in the 9th round when referee Steve Willis allowed Davis to take a knee without penalizing him. The UBA's involvement in this contentious conclusion is being further scrutinized in light of Mayweather's claims. "But I didn't realize I could be disqualified for this," he said. His remarks have spurred more discussion over the outcome of the battle.
Decisions or knockdowns. Some skeptics have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion. In our long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury, which I actually get. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown, all right?
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this.
And commentators are furious over this revelation, since the fight's outcome may have been much affected by the missed call. BA President Gilberto Mendoza has already said that a knee without a punch should be considered a knockout. NYS is under increasing pressure to take action.
That it was officially a knockdown. The fight could have gone differently, making it very difficult to review this after the fact and overturn it. But the problem is still, though Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown officially, he also didn't call it a slip.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown.
He had to pick one or the other. And according to the rules, if it's a slip, the referee has to let it be known that it's a slip. Slips When a boxer goes down and the referee deems it not to be a legal knockdown, they should immediately wave both hands in a crossing motion at or below their waist level.
Fans and commentators were incensed by this discovery since the fight's outcome may have been much affected by the missed call. WBA President Gilberto Mendoza has already said that a knee without a punch should be considered a knockout. NYS is under increasing pressure to solve the issue.
Regime boxing, check it back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's good? Look, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Incredible fight. Incredible fight. Tit for tat, wit for wit, athleticism for athleticism. What an amazing fight. I had Lamont Roach winning 7-5. 7-5, 8-4, I had Lamont Roach winning. Now, I understand the draw politically. It's Tank, he's a star. You don't want to just give him an L and he didn't just get his ass whooped like from dusk till dawn. But he got outboxed tonight. Lamont Roach won that fight. But I understand the draw politically. How did you see the fight, bro? Tell them how you saw the fight.
Yo, I saw Roach winning the fight, man. I had Roach winning the fight 7 rounds to 5, Tank, meaning Roach favor. I don't know how we ended up here, but we can say it was the politics, because, you know, Tank a bigger fighter. If you want to beat the king, you got to beat the king. In order to beat the king, you got to knock him out. And they ain't doing this fight. But, hey, the next fight going to be big bread, though. So, that's all I got to say, man.
Yeah. Great fight, man. Great fight.
Of the boxing world feels that Gervonta Davis's star power and marketability prevented Lamont Roach Jr. from winning, even though he deserved it. According to this perspective, outside variables like Davis's standing and financial clout in the sport could have influenced how the battle turned out.
The other, like, it all kind of felt like an afterthought, and then the fight happens, and truth be told, like, the fight wasn't the best fight of all time. It was fine. It wasn't your vintage Tank Davis fight. There wasn't a knockout. There wasn't a knockdown scored by him. It was just sort of fine. If that was your first time watching Tank, you're probably like, okay, yeah, sort of, I get it, but it kind of speaks to his demeanor going into the fight. Like, it just felt a little bit underwhelming. And then we get to the 9th round, and then it's complete madness, because in the 9th round, you probably have heard by now, the fight is moving along, and it is important to note that Lamont Roach lands a jab or two, and where we want to start the clock is up to, debate, but he certainly lands a punch. And then seconds after that punch lands, that jab lands, all of a sudden Tank Davis takes a knee. He quickly takes a knee, and there it is right there. 9th round, 2:17. He is taking a knee, and he's looking to his corner. And he also, ever so briefly, it appears as though he's almost trying to call time. Let me tell you, in case you don't know, in boxing, you take a knee, that's considered a knockdown. You cannot call time. And you know what you also can't do? You also can't go to your corner mid-round and ask them to wipe your face. Ask them to do anything. You can't get a swig of water. You can't do this. You cannot do that. But that all happened. And so the referee for this fight is a legendary referee. Steve Willis, you have probably seen him in GIFs. He's got that kind of like big-eyed look. You've definitely seen him. He's a veteran of the fight game. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'm not suggesting he was in on it. But there was certainly
allegations of corruption have surfaced following Gervonta Davis's controversial fight against Lamont Roach, with ex-user 980VR claiming that Davis paid the New York State Athletic Commission to prevent the decision from being overturned. These accusations have intensified ongoing scrutiny regarding boxing officiating and the BBA's handling of the match, further fueling debates about corruption in the sport. The controversy stems from the 9th round of the fight, when Davis voluntarily took a knee without being punched, a moment that many believe should have been ruled a knockdown. However, referee Steve Willis did not count it as such, a decision that may have influenced the final outcome. WBA President Gilberto Mendoza made a shocking statement regarding the fight, reiterating his stance on social media. Let me repeat, I stand by what was expressed last Sunday in Ring Magazine. Based on my 30-plus years of experience, taking a knee without a punch shall be ruled a knockdown. It affected the result of the fight. Mendoza's remarks have placed Davis under intense scrutiny as they imply that an incorrect ruling may have changed the course of the bout.
Recently, Tank Davis decided to upload this on his Instagram. I'm not sure what's wrong with Tank Davis. I don't know what legal issues he's having because he has a hearing close. I'm not sure when the date is, but him and Floyd Mayweather have always had this weird relationship where sometimes Tank doesn't seem to be in good terms, and then sometimes they are in good terms. That energy is off. Let me know what you guys think that post means, what he's going through. I hope he's doing good, because we want him to fight, and we want him to fight really good opposition. So let me know what you guys think. What's going on?